We are in Malibu. I don't know why I keep doing that. Malibu. We're in Malibu. I'm at the Malibu Beach RV, which is awesome. Oh my God, it was so nice here that I had to sign up for a second night. It was a little expensive, but hey, I'm right on the beach. I had power last night, which is great. So I got a lot of Netflix watching. They got Wi-Fi here, so that was great. I actually Zoomed one of my students this morning, and I actually did an interview with a San Diego TV station from right here. So that was really cool. So get more media coverage, that's nice. So one of the first things I did, I was pulling over into a gas station to get some gas right as I pulled into the California area, right across the border, and I found the Patton Tank Museum. This weird thing where now I'm stopping at every Air and Space Museum and I'm stopping at every cool tank museum. So instead of going through all of this stuff, I'll just put it to music right here. I found out that I'm doing a lot of editing. My last episode for this, I did 2 days worth of editing. It was probably 8 or 9 hours worth of editing on the episode. So I'm trying to simplify what I'm doing now so it doesn't take that long. But the documentary filmmaker in me, the professional in me, wants to edit everything for what I say. So if I say something like, I went to the USS Midway and just parking next to an aircraft carrier, and I saw an F-14 Tomcat, and I saw an A-7 Intruder.
I guess I've recently had a thing with planes.
And I saw those cool helicopters that picked up the space capsules, you know, the towing helicopters. I saw one of those. So if I do all those specific things, like here at the Patton Museum, I saw this tank, I want to edit that in, and that's just the kind of person I am. So I have to stop doing that and start being more general about it so I can actually save some time for editing. So after the tanks, I went through Joshua Tree, and that was a lot of fun. There was a lot of great things to see. There's cactuses and all kinds of really cool rock formations. I tried to look to get camping there, but all the campgrounds were full, so I just kept going. And I made it to Palm Springs. And while I was there was an Air and Space Museum as I was driving by, so of course I had to pull in, and I had to check out all of these cool planes. You notice how I didn't say, well, I saw this Corsair and this P-51 and this, shit, I did it again, didn't I? Well, now I gotta edit those things in.
Why do I do this to myself?
That's just part of me that, look, here's the editor in me having to do this. He's kind of pissed off that I said all this because now I have to do more work. But I saw all that cool stuff. They had one of those old attack helicopters, and a crew flew it in, so they flew it out. That doesn't happen a lot where you actually get to see somebody actually fly one of these things in. After that, I headed to San Diego. I'd never been to San Diego before. I have a few friends that are there, and one of those friends let me use their apartment. They went to Joshua Tree to do some hiking after I had been there, and their apartment was free, and they needed somebody to walk their dogs, and their dogs were pretty cool. Their dogs were pretty nice. So I did that for a couple days. Got to see a couple of friends while I was there. Stayed socially distant, but I had some dinner with them. Went to the USS Midway, toured some more planes. That's what I do. I look at planes for some reason. I parked right next to the USS Midway, which is right on the water, and I backed the truck up to the water. And for a few hours, I just kind of sat there, did some work, did some grading. People are asking me how I'm doing my work here. That's how. I kind of pull up to a beach, I pull up to a waterway, and I open up my laptop and I do some work. I'm normally jumping my laptop off my phone as a hotspot to get internet, and I was doing my grading there. Right next to the USS Midway, it was amazing because there's all these boats going past. So I got a couple really cool photos that look fake, so I had to get this piece of video here that actually shows you that this is actually a real shot. But I was safe. I was on a parking lot. It was just a really interesting angle out the back of my truck.
Coming down, Adventure Cat?
Dusty's doing okay. Got him on a leash most of the time when I've got the door open, but when he jumps out of the truck, he kind of jumps right back in.
Okay, if I just keep recording until this cat jumps out of the truck, I'm going to run out of space on my iPhone.
So he's not quite the Adventure Cat yet, but he's getting closer and closer. He's doing okay though. I think he's enjoying the lifestyle a little bit. He does meow a little bit when we get on the road, and then he just curls up and goes to sleep.
Dusty the Adventure Cat is out here.
So after that, I was driving up from San Diego to Los Angeles, and I stopped somewhere midway, and I camped out on the beach. I was looking at some of these campgrounds, but some of the campgrounds, you need like 2-day reservation, 2 days prior reservation to get into that. I don't know where I'm gonna be in 2 days. I don't know where I'm gonna be tonight. So anyway, I was going up, I couldn't get the reservation, and I went up a little further, and there's actually a parking lot that you can pay to be in this parking lot overnight, and there was a number of other campers there. And it was a lot of fun to be there right on the beach. The only problem that night, it was super windy. Just a tiny bit windy. What was that you said? It's just a tiny bit windy. What was that you said?
Just a little windy.
And it was windy enough that I didn't put the camper all the way up, so I just slept on the bottom part. Although it was still pretty warm, it's getting so much warmer here, which is nice. I don't have to worry about those 9-degree nights inside the camper, so that's great. But the wind was knocking around the camper pretty heavily. I put my drone up to get some shots, and the drone was giving me warnings for high wind, which is done a number of times since I've been flying that. I got up, I heard this noise, and it sounded like an animal.
A whole bunch of seals over there.
So I got up to investigate, and here's what I found. So I think they're sea lions. At least that's what people were telling me, that they were sea lions, and they were just out there sunbathing. So I did that. The next morning I got up and just did some grading, because that's a great thing to do in the morning while I still have the parking at the beach. So I did some grading, and when I got lunch, I found out that you can order from Amazon and get it delivered to a locker somewhere.
Pretty cool.
And I had a couple of issues that I had to rebuy something, shipped it to the locker one day, because I'm close to LA probably, but one day it got there and I was able to get my stuff. It was great.
Cool.
So now I know while I'm on the road, I can still get Amazon stuff. I just have to find the lockers that are nearby and deliver it there. I got lunch on the water. I saw them salvaging a boat that had exploded the day before that. So right before I got there, there was a big explosion and a couple boats caught fire. So it was interesting to watch them try to salvage that boat.
All right, tell me this is not GTA. All right, here's the tunnel. Right turn through the tunnel. All right, the pier. No, I'm not looking through the viewfinder. The pier's right there. The pedestrian bridge is right here. All right, all the houses are right there on the side. Another pedestrian bridge, big hill right there. And then right up here on the right, you can't really tell right now. Oh, look, parking lot, right? Another group of houses there. People standing up there on a cliff side. And then right here on the right, there's a white roadway right there, coming all the way down. And it comes all the way down to the ground there, and more houses. Tell me this isn't GTA.
So from there I came up to Los Angeles, and I came here to the Malibu Beach RV Park, which is beautiful. And it was so nice that I had to stay 2 nights.
This is one of my favorite sites for a TV show.
Here they come! I don't hear nothing. Wait for it.
Attention all personnel. Report immediately to admitting ward and operating room. Attention all personnel. Report immediately to admitting ward and operating room.
I got to eat in the mess hall.
Yesterday I went over to Hollywood. I actually met up with one of my former students who's out here doing all kinds of crazy work. I think he worked on the TV show The Flash, and he's worked on all this other really cool stuff that I don't think I'm allowed to talk about. Maybe I'll be able to talk about it in a little while. I think it's coming to a theater near you.
The Magic Castle. MSU alum Jeff Witzke took me there a couple years ago.
So I went to Hollywood and looked at all the stars. And here's more footage of that.
In Hollywood.
I also went up to the Hollywood sign and got a couple of photos. And I had to go down Hollywood and look at all the stars on the sidewalk. Some amazing names there that I love. And I stopped by the Chinese theater to check out the handprints.
Hollywood, it's cool and everything, but I don't feel so comfortable. I'm heading out of here. Absolutely hate driving here. Hate it. Especially with this big ass thing. I have to go 3 miles and it's gonna take me like 2 hours. Because every time I come up to a stoplight, it's red. And people can't drive here.
Yeah?
People can't drive here.
Come on, Adventure Kitty. Let's go. Let's go. Let's come out here to the beach. Come on. Come on, Dusty. Come on down.
Just trying to get Dusty to come down onto the beach, and he's moving. He's moving. We'll see if he comes down. Just gonna go back into the truck.
So right now I'm about halfway through California. I think I'm going to start heading up to the San Francisco area. I think I'm trying to get to Big Sur today. I have a meeting today at 1:30 in Burbank with my sales agent for one of my documentary films. So I'm a documentary filmmaker, and I have one film that's on Amazon right now called Fart in a Documentary. That's a couple years old, but you can check that out. It's on Amazon Prime. So my new film is called Saves the World, and I'm meeting with my sales agent today in Burbank to talk about it a little bit, and I think that film is going to be out probably in the summer sometime. So you can look for that as well. You can look that up on Facebook. I've got a page on that if you're interested in that. Might stop somewhere along the way and sit down and do some editing for this episode that looks like it's not going to be as easy to edit as I thought it was. So another 8 hours worth of editing for me on these projects. So if you're enjoying this content, please subscribe. I really appreciate the likes and all that stuff. I had my RV neighbor up here come and talk to me because I have a very unique rig here. Everybody has Airstreams and that kind of stuff. So they were checking out my stuff and they looked on the side and said, Professor on the Road. So they asked me about it.
Those are my neighbors right there that came over and asked about my rig and what I was doing, and they really liked what I was doing.
And I was chatting with them, and this guy he works in television in the area. So he was asking about it, and I told him everything about Professor on the Road and what I was doing, and they really liked what I was doing.
And they went back in and watched some of my episodes. So thank you guys so much for subscribing to my channel. I appreciate it.
And they disappeared for a little while, and they came back out a couple hours later, and they said, hey, you have 4 new subscribers. We just watched one of your videos. So he and his family went back there to watch my video. So thank you guys so much for subscribing, and please feel free to share these videos. I hope you guys are being inspired by this. I know I'm having a lot of fun doing this, and please do something for yourself during this crazy, crazy time, and hopefully things get back to normal this summer. So thanks so much. Please make sure you like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next part of my journey. See ya.
Oh, that one hurt. So just a little bit more behind the scenes. Every week, I've got a couple days where I have to pull over and I have to sit here in a hotel room and edit all of the episode that I've done that week. And it takes me a while to do that. So this edit I started 5 hours ago or so. That's not true. This edit I've started maybe 3 hours ago. And I'm about halfway through. I'm going to take a break, and then I'll probably do another 3 hours on it tomorrow for an 8-minute episode. So it just shows you guys, my students, how long it takes you to actually put something together. And I'm very quick at this because I've been doing this for 21 years. So for you guys, take a lot of time to edit. That is my cat eating the trash can.